Welcome back. That's right, it's nighttime out here in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. I'm Ryan Meyer, joined by none other than Lionel for our BMX Park Finals, which are coming live to you under the beautiful lights out here in Saudi Arabia.
Hello everybody, welcome here in Jeddah for the first ever time, the launch event for the World Series 2018 of the FISE. Just can't wait for these finals.
Thanks to our title sponsors and everyone at the General Sports Authority of the KSA for delivering the FISE out here in Saudi Arabia. This is the first time we've ever been able to host an action sports event in Saudi Arabia, and it's been so amazing to put it on the coastline of the Red Sea. That's right, though, this is just the launch event. We have 5 more stops on the tour. It's going to start off in Japan this year. Hiroshima will be there April 6th to 8th. Moving over to Montpellier, France. That's where it usually starts. It's the 21st year that we've been in Montpellier. May 9th to 13th, mark that one on your calendar. It's going to be the biggest stop of the tour. Then moving across the Atlantic to Edmonton, Canada, July 13th to 15th. Finally confirmed the other day, we're moving to Budapest, Hungary for the second time. The FISE stop has brought ourselves over there, September 7th to 9th. Finishing off like we always do, November 2nd to 4th. First weekend in November in Chengdu, China. Make sure you guys mark those dates on your calendar. But if you're not able to make it physically to one of those locations, check us out on social media. Make sure you guys tune in for the webcast as well. Lock into our Facebook. We have a lot of action content, a lot of live feeds happening there, as well as on our Twitter and our Instagram. We have very exclusive behind-the-scenes coverage going on all those handles. You can see them right now at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. If you're wanting to as well stay involved with the action, make sure you hashtag your post for this event, FISE Jeddah. That's FISE JEDDAH.
Yes, look at that beautiful course.
And so that is the amazing park you see there. We have a skateboard park, which we just transferred into the parkour course. Then we have the VIP there. We have the flatland area at the top north corner of your screen there. And then over on the west, we have the BMX park, where we are able to just have the professionals warming up on course right now. We had qualifications yesterday, and it's gone down to the top 8 riders out there for the pro men's final. You see the audience packing in to the beach out here in Jeddah right now. The sun has gone down, so it's a bit of a different setting for the BMX athletes, but the format is quite consistent for the contest. Let's walk us through how the format looks. It's going to be 8 riders, 2 runs of 60 seconds. The best run is going to count. So it's a basic format, of course, so we have 2 runs, but something to note for this first event, we have different rules in with the UCI, and that means that it's not going to be 2 runs, both runs count, but it's going to be just best of the 2 runs. So just 1 run counts. That means it's going to give a lot of extra breathing room for the riders to just focus on doing 1 perfect run and not have to switch it up.
Here are our beautiful judges, expert. They've been on the case last year already. You got Dave Klewers, who's also the head judge, Markus Wilke from Germany, and Igor Vukadinovic, aka Pokey. They absolutely know what they're doing. Obviously, they're here, and they're also doing the whole world circuit this year for the UCI BMX Freestyle World Cup.
So we are very used to having a heavy-hitting field of judges out there. And Lionel, you have been out on the FISE circuit for so many years. If you guys do not know right now, we have Lionel Cardoso up in the booth with me. You have been in the BMX scene since 1989. Have you ever been to Saudi Arabia for such?
That's the first time ever. We were in Dubai about 10 years ago with the FISE already just doing shows. And now it seems, it feels awesome to be here. People have been so welcoming and so nice to everybody, all the riders. They were just amazed and stoked to see, you know, BMX and roller and skateboarding. So it's awesome to be here. It feels real good.
You see how busy the streets are right there, and as well, you had seen there are some very nice criteria that the judges are going to be running over. Obviously, as a freestyle sport, it's a subjective opinion, but we try and categorize it as good as possible. But let's see how you can end up on top. Yesterday's top qualifying run from Declan Brooks. Really
Yes.
happy to see Declan on top of the podium here. He's going to be granted the honors of dropping in last. We talked often about whether that is an honor or something pretty heavy to take on your shoulders. But Declan seemed to be having a lot of fun out there on course with tricks like that front flip tuck no-hander.
Yes, indeed, and he's had some really special lines, as we said yesterday. That is what made the difference during the qualifier. Hopefully, he can do it again today and even bring it up a notch, just like on this reverse box.
So there you go. Those are the last beauty looks at Declan Brooks' run, and we have the whole lineup there. Wheel of 8 top athletes, some of the best BMX park riders in the world, touring around with the FISE. Let's throw it down to Catfish as we do the rider introduction on course.
Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, we are about to make history. For the first time in Saudi Arabia, we are going to get a BMX Park Finals. Would you like to meet the riders? Riding in the 8th position, hailing from Bassan, France, Anthony Jeanjean. From St. Petersburg, Russia, Kostya and Brandon. From Sydney, Australia, Brandon Lupos. From Youngstown, Ohio, USA, Nick Bruce. Representing Caracas, Venezuela, Daniel Dares. From Wisconsin, USA, Colton Walker. From Kazan, Russia, Eric Rezayev. And your number 1 qualifier from the United Kingdom, Declan Brooks.
واخر واحد ديكلان بروكس من بريطانيا.
1 minute, gentlemen, 1 minute. Who's ready for some BMX? We are so excited for this one. We've been waiting for this for quite some time. The first BMX final.
There you have it. Those are our top 8 BMX athletes ranging from all over the world, all different walks of life, coming together in Saudi Arabia for one of the most amazing events that Jeddah has ever seen. There are top 8. Jeanjean, Kostya and Brandon Lupos, Nick Bruce, Daniel Dares, Colton Walker, Eric Razev, and on top, your first place qualifier from yesterday's BMX Park Qualies, Declan Brooks from the United Kingdom. So happy to see him on top. I mean, wasn't even in the top 5 last year for the overall ranking. He's been coming to, you know, find himself on the course, and he's always taking a very original line, flowing incredibly fast, but we've never seen him on top like this, and I'm very, very excited to see what he has in store for us. You see right there, Jeanjean is getting ready to drop in for his first run.
Yes. surprised and happy for him that he's in the final.
Actually, I believe our only French rider in
Yes, indeed.
the.
He's had a really clean run yesterday, was missing a bit of that huge trick factor. Let's see what he's got for these finals. I'm sure he's gonna step it up. He wants to make a mark this year. The whole French team is really trying to push their results up. Being lacking a bit of facilities to train, that's always been a main problem in France. So he's trying to make it up with what the talent he has, and he has loads, as you're gonna be able to witness in just a couple seconds. There is. Ooh, great start. 3 double whip on that box.
Double bar spin and that huge transfer into a massive Superman C-Crab Indian air on the hip over from that nipple into the wow backflip.
Ooh, yeah.
Double tail whip on the box jump from Jeanjean.
Nice and clean run so far. Going for it, as I said, he wants it. He has nothing to lose on that one. Everything to prove.
Woo! Big 360 bar spin on that massive spine. Backflip bar spin, getting tricks on all the jumps, which is really what he needs to tap in on. And that huge front flip into a flare on the small portion. He front flipped right to flat there, and that takeoff right there, it does not have a large transition, it's more of a wedge. So very difficult to get such a snap into that front flip. Foot jam, finishing it off, and that's going to be time for Anthony Jeanjean.
Oh yeah, with a clean, perfect run. Some big tricks, but we'll see if that's enough to get a better place than 8th, which is what he got in the qualifiers. There is the front flip we were talking about. Absolutely no speed, just pushing it hard and pulling it. And look at that slow double whip. He could actually fit a third one in there.
That trick is called the helicopter.
And we have a quick look at the judges doing what they gotta do. It's never easy to set up that first mark, for the first rider, as they're going to compare all the following riders to that one first guy. So they can't go too high with the scores. They can't go too low, obviously, just in case Jeanjean really killed it compared to the other guys. So it's kind of tricky on that one for the judges. And he's getting right there, 87.
That's a very high score to be the first rider down, high 80s, 87.66. We're going to have to see how the other riders are able to hit back with such a score. Next rider up, we have all the way from Russia, doing it, Kostya and Brandon in the gate. One of the most humble, amazing athletes out here. He's able to deliver on such technical parts of the course, but as well has these huge combinations starting right out of the gate. 360 bar spin to tuck no hander.
Yeah, he wanted a little more after that decade down whip. He wanted a no-hander or a bar spin, probably.
He was so quick with throwing the bars around in the hands. You saw there was a bar spin. Oh yeah, Superman C-Crab to tail whip, maybe hinting to something. We saw him win best trick actually at Montpellier last year. Cannonball bar spin.
Look at that double whip to bar.
Yeah, top side double whip to bar spin.
Incredible riding so far. Kostya is in top form today. That's great to see. He's had a bit of a hard time yesterday, but now he's totally killing the course.
The difference actually as well for the BMX athletes is that they were competing in qualifications right under the heat of the sun. 35 plus degrees out there.
Yo, look at that huge nose foot.
Foot jam to whip there. Yep. Absolutely beautiful tech style. Kostya loves to deliver the technical tricks towards the end of his run. Starts off very strong with high amplitude, massive combination tricks in the air, and moves towards the smaller sections and does lip tricks and coping stuff towards the end of the run. Check another look at that Superman C-Crab to tail whip.
Signature Kostya right there. And there it is, the double whip to bar and the foot jam to whip. Nice and clean. Ooh, slipping the pedals in the end. I didn't catch that one during the runs.
Like we were saying, the riders were competing under the heat of the sun yesterday in the afternoon. Today, it's turned tables. We switched with the roller, with the inline. Inline had it yesterday. And now inline was under the heat today. And BMX Park Finals, wow, scores coming in 83.66. Kostya knows that he's going to have to clean it up if he wants to stay in podium contention.
Definitely. Anthony had such a scorching run, first run, that, you know, it's going to take a little bit to get over him. But this man right here has got the skills, definitely, to do that. Brandon Lupos has been on the roll lately.
From Sydney, Australia. Hailing originally, living in the United States right now, it is none other than Brandon Lupos. 360 double downside whip up that small step up, gathering speed up into the nipple section. 360 low down on transition. He's gonna have to regain his momentum as he pumps into this spine with a massive backflip.
Yo, look at that cash roll, nice and clean. Ooh, a bit harsh on that wall ride. But he's going for it, trying to get that speed back again. Oh, yes.
Yeah. Flare whip, that's a backflip 180 with a tail whip in it.
Double whipping it on the quarter pipe, straight into a little table one-footer, turn down. Oh yeah, using all the course, another flare. Let's see what he's got for the last one. Oh yeah, one we don't see too often, a big facky flip. Pretty good run, pretty solid, even though he lost a bit of momentum, as you mentioned, in the middle of the run. But that was awesome right there.
Take a look right out of the gate with a 360 double downside tail whip.
The 450 right here, and the cash roll. Look at that, so clean. Landing it perfectly. Yeah, bro. Fixing his bike for the second run. Let's see what the judges think.
Beautiful crowd pumped in here to the beaches of the Red Sea.
That's gonna be a tricky one.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one to work out, but there you go. Score in second place. It's good enough, 85.66. I know there's quite a lot of points Brandon is able to clean up there for his second run. That's where this new system comes and helps out the athletes. Just working to improve one score. They can have now a run that is kind of a wash. Before, it was 2 runs, it was a best impression, so it was an overall impression to the judges. Now you're able to have one run that's not so good and you can throw it away.
Yep.
And Nick Bruce, one of our top competitors out here. Machine, and he loves to spin and do huge variations, so let's see what he has coming into the boxes. Backwards on that box jump with a 360 tail whip.
So much amplitude right there. It's incredible. Oh, look at that.
Beautiful style on that 360 invert. Wow, 540 flare. And then coming back into the wall, bar spin set up into a huge backflip tail up on that spine. Tail whip coming over, checking his bike, something, maybe he has a malfunction or a mechanical or something is up.
Still got a little bit of time. He's not too sure if it's a flat tire or what. That's gonna be it for him.
Something didn't feel quite right to him, so he's gonna call it on this one. Pulls out his mechanical.
Still, look at that.
Because I thought it was a little strange. He just did a tail whip on that jump. Could have gone wrong here with that huge rotation, the 540 flare. Landed a tiny bit sideways, but
oh yes.
That's where, like I was saying, it's going to help these athletes to be able to have one throwaway run now.
Definitely.
We're so excited to be welcomed out here to Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. It's the first time that action sports has ever been welcomed out to this country. And we're showing the inhabitants out here and the audience. Look at the spectators behind Daniel Dares there. How many people have come out to support the FISE and are just so excited that the FISE has brought this international group of top professional athletes to express what action sports mean to us and show the rest of the world. Daniel Dares, a man who has been involved in BMX for many years and has taken almost every single title there is known to this competition history. He's about ready to drop in and show Saudi Arabia what a medalist looked like.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that is pure Daniel Dares right there, 720 no under.
360 bar spin up top. We've said many times, Daniel dissects these runs and knows exactly what needs to be done. Look at these combinations.
So far so good. Oh, a little missed jump right there. And the judges also get this down. 360 no ender. 3x up. Flare X up. It's missing a bit of spice today, you know, that extra thing he usually goes for. But you never know. Oh, where is the Flare X up again? That's gonna be it for Daniel Dares. It's still 34 degrees out there on the course. You know it's hard to run and not easy to be to keep their breath. Look at that, I still threw it down. Big 720. And that Flare X up, well twisted.
If you guys are just tuning in, this is, of course, the launch event for our 5-stop FWS 2018, our FISE World Series 2018. We are live here in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. If you guys are wondering what the FISE is, it's basically an amazing organization of the top professional action sports athletes in the world, teamed up with the top international federations in the world to create an amazing official World Cup circuit, basically for each of the sports. The FISE has teamed up with so many different partners, the UCI in particular out here for BMX. They brought to us the World Cup alongside a brand new event, the UCI BMX Freestyle Flatland World Cup. And look at that, Daniel Dares pushes up into first place with a 91.0. Amazing run out there from the veteran on course.
Oh yeah, it's just a bit of a surprise to me. I thought, you know, some of the run was a bit so-so, but he still had those big, you know, big tricks like that 720 no ender. But this next number right here, really like that style. Colton Walker on the roll from Wisconsin, US of A. Starting with a bang right there.
Colton Walker is no stranger to being able to have a high flying, but a little bit too saucy on that and not quite getting the landing.
Too much stamina on that first run. He's gonna call it right there. He's a bit bummed. I missed that one trick. That's a shame. So much potential. And he's had so much energy right there. A bit of a hard time catching the pedals, as you can see. That's a shame. That first flip, bar spin to web, was awesome. Yes, we'll see him in the second run, and I'm sure he's gonna get everything back together, as he has that potential to really kill that course. Straight onto the next rider already from Russia. One of the youngest of the pack, 20 years old.
Representing Russia, Jeddah, let's make some noise for Irek Razev!
Irek Razev dropping in.
Oh yes, Irek.
1, 2, 3 tail whips. getting it going. Superman Sea Crab, Indian Air, looking for the tuck no hander as he came back from that one. Toboggan without the grab. I think we call that a rodeo, actually.
Yep.
Beautiful tuck no hander. Nice Superman Sea Crab, Indian Air on the hip jump, flowing back into the other hip section. Let's see what Irek has as he winds down to the last 30 seconds of his run.
Yes, clicked turn down. He's got the style, he's got the tricks, and that's what the judges look at this. That's what they want to see.
360 bar spin to downside tail whip.
Yep, nice and clean. So much flow during that run. That definitely might make a difference.
Amazing 360 bar spin. There's that toboggan into a little wall slap, and that's about time for Irek. He's going to have time to throw off a last couple tuck no handers and a few little tricks.
And that's going to be it for him.
But a banger run, completely different than that of we've seen from Mr. Dares.
Yes.
We're going to have to wait and see what the judges think. Let's take a look at out of the gate with that triple tail whip. Just holding on the top of the cranks there, able to get one pedal in before the next box jump. There you go, another setup jump on that spine, 360 tail whip. But an amazing and quite flawless run from the young Russian rider. You see there, score to beat for Mr. Daniel Dares, the veteran on course, 91.0. Do we feel that Irek is able to do that with such a run?
Is that about some fillers though, you know, like some little tricks here and there, and same goes for Daniel actually, who's had, you know, a blank jumps during his run, which is never good. So, oh, getting a 5th place, no?
Yes, and moving into 5th place with an 81.66. Unfortunately, not good enough to rival his other teammate, Kostya Andreev. So we're going to have to see if he's able to clean up a few bobbles within his run.
Yeah, that was a bit tough. That was missing some of the hard tricks. And here is your #1 qualifier from the UK, Declan Brooks.
Declan starting off strong, showing us why he ended up on top of that podium yesterday. Massive transfer with that bar spin coming in. So saucy, 360 triple bar spin flying across course. You see that he has such a different energy as he shreds from left to right of this park course, utilizing the coping and the top deck there with that 540 foot jam, 360 double tail whip as well.
Yeah, he's on the roll right now. Look at that, killing each and every of those ramps.
Slipping a pedal, but not scrubbing any speed there. Still having time to do that tail whip to bar spin.
Yeah, and look at those lines, using the course like no other riders in these finals. That's incredible.
Absolutely beautiful use of the transitions as well, as you see him do that 360 across, and even that backflip there. Look at the front flip. Everything is so perfectly dialed. You see that he's hitting transition completely clean with the front of his tires.
So much flow in that run. That is just incredible. And even though, as you mentioned, he slipped the pedal, he never lost his momentum and went for it all the way. That's just insane. So much energy. Look at that. Clean free whip.
There's that 360 double tail whip.
Yes.
What I feel that we would have to say the differences are, well, of course it's a freestyle discipline, so each rider is trying to express themselves within their own riding ability and showcase that diversity to the judges. But Declan came out with this amazing energy and speed that he executed onto the course. Daniel Dares had all these incredible large combinations, and so that's where we're really going to have to wait and see what do the judges want to favor more as it comes down to it. 91 even is what Daniel Dares has set on top of the leaderboard. Can Declan Brooks beat it? No, he can't. Pushing into 2nd place, an 89.66. It's not going to be good enough to rival the Venezuelan.
Surprise, surprise. All right, that's awesome though. So much suspense today in these finals. Just can't wait for the second runs. because some of these guys are gonna have to step it up big time if they want to get up there on the podium. Let's see what the French guy has up his sleeves. Can he actually up it? Ooh, nice start. 3 double whip. Yeah, nice. Indian air, sit grab.
As well, a rider that is full of energy as he comes out here, blasting in the backflip bar spin to tuck no hander. Huge amplitude as he comes and gathers momentum, going back into this spine jump. 360 bar spin into the box. Whoa, that big helicopter, the backflip, double tail whip.
Yeah. Yeah, Anthony. It's about the same run as the first run, though. That's
again into that front flip, trying to perfect some things possibly. That is actually where we'll see the FISE being a bit different, as it's not 2 runs, both runs count, but 2 runs, best run counts. So you're going to maybe see some of the riders doing a similar run, but just trying to clean up or add a few more tricks to get a few more points there.
Oh yeah, twisting it up to perfection. And he's had a perfect run, which made him first for a little bit in his first run finals. Let's see what he's gonna get for the rest of it. Is he gonna step up compared to the first run? That's a tough one for the judges, definitely. And it's definitely gonna be the other guys that are gonna make the difference.
Incredible run from Anthony Jeanjean, and now it's in.
Right now in the 3rd position. He got a little better score actually, 89. Still standing in 3rd. All right.
So Jeanjean, yes, has a little bit of improvement, a couple points, and he's sitting still in 3rd place there, which is nice.
Yeah, if any of these other guys have a cleaner run though, that might make a big difference. As he has a bit of a smaller repertoire compared to, let's say, this guy right here, Kostya and Brandon, which is such a technical rider and has a huge bag of tricks.
Kostya and Brandon. There we go. 360 whip to tuck no hander, and that's what else he was looking for. 360 downside whip to bar spin.
That's what I was talking about, you know, that difference, different use of the course, different tricks. Look at that, another one of those Superman cigar up to whip, nice and clean. Yeah, the 540 to foot jam. So much control. Oh yeah, whip to bar spin. Truck to no-hander on the hip. And plant. He's got a lot of tricks. Oh yeah, one of the signature moves right there.
10 seconds to go.
One trick that used to be elusive at the FISE on the mini ramp is done it like it's nothing. Oh, what a run out of Konstantin Andreev.
Hardly any speed, and nobody else that you're going to see in the BMX lineup doing that right there, that hip flip, with hardly any speed at the very last point of his run.
Wow, what a run. He's had some crazy tricks in there. Missing a bit of amplitude though, so that might make the difference, but...
There you go, that's that mini ramp expertise as well with the 540 foot jam.
Oh yeah.
There's
Look
a
at that.
360 downside whip to bar spin.
Tasty.
Starting off 2nd trick out of the gate. Kostya shaking his head, but still happy.
Oh, you know he's gonna get a better score after that.
He definitely will improve his score. Right now, currently sitting in 5th place. Brandon Lupos, pardon me, Daniel Dares right now sitting on top of the 91. Our question is, where will Kostya Andreev end up amongst the podium athletes right now?
That's gonna be a big surprise.
Our panel of judges.
Ooh, there it is in 4th place. Bumping up. All right.
Kostya Andre even 4th place there with an 88.16. Brandon Lupos up next. He's in 5th place now. Kostya just bumped him out of his 4th place spot, but Mr. Lupos had little difficulties with his bike as well. I heard them say before that his handlebars moved mid-run. He kept it going, but all the way from Sydney, Australia, Brandon Lupos on course for his 2nd and final attempt. 360 double downside whip, getting it started.
Big time. Going straight for the spine right there. Ooh, huge flip. Double whip, another cash roll.
My word, how is he still getting that together? He had such big amplitude. I also thought he pulled off to the side. Wow, into a 540 flare. Lupos is on a mission right now.
Definitely big tricks after big tricks. Look at that. Incredible run so far. Double whip on the head. Nice and clicked turn down. Yeah, going reverse.
Transferring that exactly.
Alley hoop. He's got everything. Amplitude and hard tricks. And that's nice to see.
And a flare just at the buzzer. That's going to do it for Brandon Lupos. Everyone, the crowd out here in Jeddah are on their feet with anticipation to see what our riders are going to be scored with the judges. An amazing amplitude right there from Mr. Lupos. As
Look
well,
at that.
some incredible tricks. Banged out some of the top tricks in BMX, period. Linked them all into one run there.
Wow, what a run. Power moves, definitely, as you said, you know, huge tricks all strapped into a run.
If our judges hard at work trying to tabulate where to put these boys. Our first run score of Daniel Dare still sitting strong in that hot seat with a 91.
Yes, indeed. It's so awesome to see that crowd. Look at that. Supporting BMX big time. For most of these people, it's the first time they ever witnessed BMX live and they can't see the whole thing. You know, you can actually realize how big that course is, the amplitude of the riders. When you just watch it on TV, it kind of flattens things up. So, you know, it's a lot different when you witness it live and you're able to see how hard those guys are going.
It is so amazing to have the FISE World Series come out here to Saudi Arabia. This conglomerate of extreme sports, the best action sports athletes on the planet come out here to compete. Different cities all around the world. It's very different for us tonight, as it is, like you said, the first time in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, that we have ever been able to have action sports. Brandon Lupos' score coming in right now with an 88.33. Good enough for 4th, and he seems quite disappointed with that one, as it's not going to be good enough for the podium.
Yeah, so getting that 4th place back from Kostya. Those big tricks definitely paid. So here's Nick.
Nick Bruce
coming back with a vengeance, as he's had a little technical difficulties in the first run. Getting that speed back. Oh, look at that. Incredible Nick Bruce once again. So much power in his riding. Super fast on that course. Yes.
Oh, and just sliding out, and unfortunately he knows that's going to do it. He's going to probably stick with his first run score here. He had trouble in both of them, unfortunately. Nick Bruce finished up 4th in our overall World Series from 2017. He's going to take this one as a warm-up. Big backflip for the crowd out here in Saudi Arabia.
Oh yeah, always the crowd's favorite. Good old flip, always work. and they're loving it, especially when it's doing it at the highest point of the course. You know, that spine is huge. Now look at that, it still goes for it, and the crowd definitely loves it. Yeah. He knows that crash was fatal, you know, but he still went for it just for the show. Look at that smile, just having a blast on that course and give it all he's got. Make the crowd happy, you know.
Still have some beautiful highlights out there from Nick Bruce. He knows that a backflip is one that everyone is excited to see, especially if you've never seen BMX firsthand in front of you.
But that one crash was, was brutal.
So he is going to hold with his first run score, the 64.66. Our next athlete is actually our hot seat leader right now. Man who is so comfortable on top of the podium, our 2017 defending FISE World Series champion, all the way from Venezuela, the man who has a gold medal in possibly every single contest ever held on a professional level for BMX. It's none other than Daniel Dares, doing it for the first time ever here in Jeddah.
Yes, true living legend, still ripping after all these years. It's just awesome to see such a knowledge of the competition and actually can play mind games with the other guys. Look at that huge start.
Wondering if he was going to hold back, but he definitely is not.
He
starting off strong with that double whip transfer into the cork 720 tuck no-hander.
Oh yeah, he wants to put that nail in the coffin and get that first place settled once and for all. Look at that, huge!
I believe that was a corked 720 can.
Oh yes, he wants it.
Back into the box jump feature, 360 double tail whip, pedaling across course into our little dish section. Big flare tabletop. 360 bar spin, alley-oop whip.
Oh yeah, look at that. You just can't stop Daniel Dares tonight. Look at this huge flare whip on the little corner over there. What a run.
He's definitely wanting to solidify his win. And even though this isn't going to count towards the overall FISE World Series 2018 points race, this is something that he can put in the impressions and in the minds of all his other competitors. If he is able, yes, that was that cork 720 1-foot can there.
Yep. So many tricks indeed. Crazy run. He went all the way for it and actually stepped it up from the first run, even though it was already in the first spot. Incredible.
I've seen that a few times today, actually. We just witnessed that in roller with Julien Coudot, who did the exact same thing, 3 runs in a row, upping his score of a 90, 91, and then into a 92.
Wow.
And we see this as well now with Daniel Dares wanting to step up his lead from his first run already with the 91. We're going to have to wait and see if the judges agree.
Look at that crowd. So awesome to see. Such a good response for BMX over here. And what can you say? When you look at what's happening on the course, you know, you can only rejoice for sure. You got the top best riders in the world right there.
Okay, and score in. It's going to be an 89.5, so not enough to get higher with the 91 there. I think his first run score was high enough, but next up in the gate, it's going to be Colton Walker.
He's got everything to prove as he crashed in the first run and actually quit that first run after that crash. But he's got some mad skills, so I'm sure he can step it up for that second run. Let's see what he's got. Ooh, look at that, there it is. That was a vengeance, huge flare whip. Nice and clean this time. Transfer whip. Yeah, truck driver down the spine.
Oh, triple.
whip.
Triple whip air on the quarter pipe from Colton. I was just gonna say we're missing a couple of those large tricks.
Yes, and there is. We told you earlier, he's got it. He knows how to go and get that podium spot. Little implant on his way, whipping it, looking for his lines. He kind of lost his momentum right there, but going for it. Big flare. He's going to call it right there. As we told you earlier, it's still 30 plus degrees out there on course, and damn, those ramps have been accumulating heat all day. They're super hot right now, and it kind of makes him flexible and soft, which is a bit different than usual, which is not bad in some ways, but he needs a little bit more energy to ride him. And here is the flare whip.
As well, then another tail whip transfer up there. JEDDAH doing it with the instrumental beats out there on course. Amazing turnout that we have for the first time ever in Saudi Arabia. It was a last minute, let's say, venture out here to Jeddah, and it's so amazing that the public have welcomed us with open arms. Scores coming in there for Colton Walker, not going to be good enough for podium, but good enough for 6th place with an 83.33. Moving down to our next athlete, last Russian of the day, Irek Razev. And let's see if Irek is able to deliver. I know he has some amazing tricks up his sleeve.
Yes, indeed. He actually won, if I remember well, he won 2 of the qualifiers last year and couldn't deliver in the finals, but he's got that potential for sure. Look at that triple whip on the spine to start things up. Ooh, in and air to no ender. Wow.
There we go with that rodeo as well. Big invert coming over.
Nice.
Hard spin to tuck no hander.
Another Indian air sig grab. Yeah. Short driver to no end. Alley-oop on the hip. Oh, clicked. Turn down right there. He's got that style as well, which is awesome to see. Not only double
So
it down.
quick, these Russians are so quick with spinning the bike around. Yeah. 360 bar spin to downside tail up. Nice look back right there. Or unturn down, however you want to call it. Irek Razev going back in, 360 tail whip, and that's going to be enough to finish it off here for his second run.
Definitely step it up. Quality run right there. Big tricks, original too. A bit different of what the other guys have done so far. And that's also what the judges want to see. Triple whip, always a treat. Mastered right there. Double whip down, that big ramp. And that rodeo on his way. Reverse on the box. Yes, Irek. You can tell he's happy. Yeah. Good run, for sure.
Good run, and always a character out here. Super happy to just come out and ride.
Such positive and vibrant person.
But you know what? These guys are really going to thrive as well in the Best Trick Contest. Unfortunately, we don't have that on air for you guys, but we are going to be doing a Best Trick Contest later on. If you guys want to make sure that you see all the top action from that, check us out on social media. You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at FISE World, and then as well our Facebook, FISE.official, for all the instant content. Irek Razev, we got his second run score in there with an 85, so only good enough for 6th place respectively. There's one rider, the last man out of the gate, Declan Brooks, the only man who can rival that top 91 score of Daniel Dares. And he is on course right now with huge amplitude coming out of the gate.
Yeah, Declan, incredible transfers all over the course. Just locking those crazy lines, flying from one ramp to another like no other rider so far. Look at that. He's just flying over that course with so much ease. This is incredible. Yeah, huge whip to bar spin.
Amazing speed as Declan has coming around here. Look at how perfect he lands on transitions, coming backwards on that box jump at that 360 bar spin, and having so much speed as he flows into that 360 double tail whip.
That flow on the course is incredible, just insane. Wow. Is that gonna be enough to beat Daniel Ders? It's hard to tell.
That is going to be up to the judges. He has quite a high score, 89.66. Take a look at some of these slow motion replays. For instance, that 360 double tail whip. It all comes down to one rider. The man who has sat on top since his first run, Daniel Ders, the closest rival and our first place qualifier. There you see the two boys talking about it right now. Declan Brooks waiting for his score to come in. Daniel as well, eagerly waiting.
Still, so much camaraderie on the ramps. You know, those guys just talking friendly, having a chat. And there is the score, 84. That's not gonna be enough.
No, so he's gonna hold with his first run score. That officially means Daniel Ders is your champion out here at the FISE 2018 launch event in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia.
What a final. These guys totally killed it once again, delivering the goods. And it's good to see someone like Declan Brooks taking second place. And same goes with the French guy, Anthony Jeanjean.
This is awesome. You guys are great. And I think thanks to you guys, we're able to ride as hard as we can. You know, we were feeding up your energy. And seriously, this place is amazing. So I couldn't be any happier to be winning here in Jeddah.
The first contest of the year. We've got 5 more contests to go. What do you think about the crowd here in Jeddah? How was their energy?
You know, it's definitely a good start. We have, you know, Japan in a couple of weeks, and that's going to be tough. So it's a long year, but I think this is going to set up the pace for the rest of the year. And, you know, as long as we're able to continue with the training and the riding and, you know, being safe, it's going to be good. But seriously, like, I've been all over the world, and I never expected to come here to Saudi Arabia. And at first, I wasn't sure how the crowd would react because this is very new. And seriously, I think I can speak on behalf of the riders and the organization. You guys have been awesome. Seriously, thank you so much for being a great crowd. And we hope to come back soon, Jeddah. Thank you.
Congratulations. We will see you in Hiroshima. Ladies and gentlemen, your Jeddah champion, Daniel Ders.
Couldn't have said it any better. Those are the words straight out of Daniel Ders' mouth. Thank you so much to the entire audience out here in Jeddah. We never expected to come out here to Saudi Arabia. I mean, I personally never did either. And from a man like Daniel Ders, who has traveled the entire globe riding his bicycle, this was the last place that we all thought we would be able to come and do it. So thank you very much to the FISE organization for making this happen. Thank you as well to the General Sports Authority of the KSA for bringing action sports to your lovely country of Saudi Arabia. We have had such amazing hospitality from everyone that we have met out here. It's just been an absolutely elating experience.
Yes, indeed. And it's great to see, as I said earlier, that someone like Declan Brooks can make a huge difference on the course. That shows how diverse the riding is. And here are the final results.
So as you see, the man on top, Daniel Ders, that 91 even, not able to touch him at all. Anyone from the first run. Declan Brooks in second place. Anthony Jeanjean in third place. Nice to see the young Frenchman up top there on the podium. Brandon Lupos in fourth. Kostya and Brandon in fifth. Irek Razev as well in sixth place there. Colton Walker and Nick Bruce rounding off the top 8. Thank you very much to all our BMX athletes for coming out here and competing in the freestyle contest in Jeddah. We've had an amazing event under the lights out here on the Red Sea. It's been very, very fun.
Ladies and gentlemen, for third place finisher from France, Anthony Jeanjean! Your second place finisher from the United Kingdom, Declan Brooks! And your champion here at the first ever BMX contest in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Daniel Dares! Ladies and gentlemen, here are your champions!
And there you go, FISE World Series 2018 launch event right here.
There you go. Those are your top 3 competitors of the day. We have an amazing event coming
Guys, can you
up.
just
Like
turn
we
around
said,
one
it's going to
time
be
for
Hiroshima,
the camera
Japan.
back there?
Make sure you guys mark that on your calendar, April 6th to 8th. Check it out. Thank you guys very much for tuning in and watching us out here in Jeddah. It's been an absolute honor for us. Make sure you guys tune in to the next stop where we'll be meeting you in Hiroshima. On behalf of myself, Ryan Meyer, and Lionel Cardosa, thank you very much from the entire action sports community out here at FISE.
See ya.